Hi, it's nice seeing your faces once again. This is episode 7 of the series on arithmetic of finance. Alright, arithmetic of finance. We have been looking at it for quite some time now. Alright, so in this episode, we're going to look at an aspect of tax. Let me quickly walk you to the classroom so that you can see what we have today to learn. Alright, so taxation. We're not going to look at everything, we're going to look at an aspect. Alright, but taxing is actually applicable to people that earn a certain minimum amount of money, and the government expects them to pay a part of this their income as tax. Alright, the government now uses tax for developmental projects. Okay, this type of taxation is called direct taxing because the people who are taxed are directly taxed. The government taxes them directly. Alright, it's been directly deducted from their what they are earning. Alright, I also have indirect taxing. Alright, where everyone also pay tax, even you as a student. Okay, you may not know you pay tax so long as you have phone and of course you recharge the phone, you are paying tax because some of those your networks you are using, those recharge cards you buy, that's what they call VAT. Alright, value added tax, VAT. These are the tax that are included, alright, in the original amount of those cards you buy. It's not only cards. Sometimes you want to order something online, and of course you will see that the price is for perhaps, let's say, $90 and all that. When they ask you add to cart, okay, add it to the cart, and add to cart, you want to go for payment, before you know they're asking plus tax. Now it becomes maybe $120, and some will say plus shipping fee and all that. Before you know, the money increases. So tax, VAT is an added money, alright, they call it value added tax. Everybody pay this one so long as you use some of those goods that has value added tax embedded in them. Alright, so and this value added tax, the government normally fix it for each country, so it is fixed per goods. For instance, for recharge card maybe 5%, for another goods maybe like a refrigerator it may be 2% and all that. So it's not always the same for all the types of goods and all that. So that's all about VAT. After this episode, we are going to look at the direct system of taxing, that is the pay as you earn. Okay, let's quickly look at this example of this VAT. Now let's look at some example on that VAT. They say Victor bought a new printer in a shop. The tag on the printer said it cost 40,000 plus VAT. 40,000 plus VAT. Alright, that is the tag on the printer. What does that mean? That means for you to buy that printer, you are paying what? You are paying 40,000 plus VAT. That is it. So you have to pay this. You have to pay this amount, 40,000 plus VAT. That's what you are paying for you to collect that printer. Otherwise, you will not be able. Alright, so if the current VAT is 5%, how much did he pay for the printer? Alright, so we now start original price. Okay, so let's say original price. Original price P, okay, is equals to 40,000 naira. That is the original price for the printer, and our VAT, alright, is equals to 5% of P, okay, of the price. Now it's just one printer, alright, this is just one. That will give us 5 over 100 multiplied by 40,000 over 1, and of course 20 we cancel 20, we have 400. 400 times 5, we have 2,000. So the VAT, of course, is equals to 2,000 naira. So that is the VAT. Okay, that is the VAT. Now if total goods may be less than 2,000 naira, but because the printer is, that's why the VAT is up to this 2,000 naira. So total amount he paid, okay, total that Victor will now pay is going to give us 40,000 plus the VAT, which is what is here. That will give us 40,000 plus 2,000, and that will give us 42,000 naira. So Victor cannot go home with this printer if he doesn't pay 42,000 naira. Alright, is that well understood? Okay, perfect. Alright, let's look at the second example. We are told here that during the first quarter of 2011, a trading company collected a total of 840,000 naira as VAT for the federal government. All right. Now, what's happening here is that, let me still explain again on the VAT. When these people sell this their goods and services, of course, they now remit the VAT to the federal government and not take their own money. All right. So that's what happened. Now, in this case, we did here. This is just for one printer that Victor bought, because it's a new printer, just one new printer. Okay, that means if there were two printers, of course the VAT would have become times 2, and their price would have become 2,000 times 2, which is 6,000, and so on and so forth. So if this N printer, N, meaning that we don't know the number, N can be 1, N can be 2, it can be 100. So if this N printer is going to become N times what? 2,000 VAT. All right. So get the idea behind the VAT issue, so that it will help you in solving some other problem, which we are going to use now. All right. So that's why it says here that the company collected a total of 840,000 naira as VAT. So a total, when you talk about total, you're talking about you have added more than one. All right. So that means they added several VAT to arrive at this 840,000 naira as the total VAT for that period. Okay, for the federal government. We are now told that if the VAT rate was 8% at that time, calculate the total amount the company sold. Or around the total amount the company sold. How do we know that? Look at question B, the total pre-VAT sales of the company during that period. Now, this one, the question A, is talking about, just like Victor paid for the 2,000 naira. That is the total amount that they are talking about. Victor paid for 2,000 naira, though the original price of the printer is 40,000 naira, but he paid this. Okay, so in this question A, from the structure of this question, you see that calculate the total amount of the company sold. You're talking about the VAT plus the original price of all the goods. Now remember that because of this total VAT, that means they sold more than one. Okay, they sold more than one goods. Okay, we don't know the number of goods they sold, but they made a total VAT of this. Alright, but the rate of one VAT is 8%. Okay, so that's what we all know. So let's start. Now when I say let the original price, okay, let the original price, which we don't know. Okay, let the original price for one, okay, for one be equals to P. Remember, VAT is per one, for one goods. Alright, that is VAT. Let the original price for one good be P. And of course, we don't know the number of goods you sold. Alright, good. So that means the pre-VAT says that implies number of goods is equals to N. We don't know it also. Alright, so that means the total pre-VAT sales. Total pre-VAT sales, that means, just like I said here, if Victor bought two printers, it's going to become 42,000 times 2. All right. If he bought 3 printers, it's going to become 42,000 times 3, and so on and so forth. So if he bought M printer, it's going to become 42,000 times N. All right. So back to what we are doing. So if the original price for one is P, and the number of goods they sold is N, that means the total sale is going to give us the total pre-VAT sale. This is pre-VAT without VAT. That's what we mean by pre-VAT. That means the total original price is going to give us the number of goods multiplied by the price for one, MP. Alright? Good. So this is the total pre-VAT sale. Okay, so now we understand that total pre-VAT sale is this. So what do we do next? The next thing now, we now try to solve our problem. Now try to calculate it. Now one VAT, alright, just one VAT. One VAT is equals to 8% of one price of the item. Alright, that is one VAT. Okay, so that will give us VAT, one VAT, okay, is equals to 8 over 100 multiplied by P. Okay, when we talk about 8% P, that's 8 over 100 times P, and that will give us 8P over 100. So this is the VAT for one, because we don't know the price of P. Now we now have the number of VAT, because remember the number of VAT must be equal to the number of goods they sold, because it is one VAT for one good, one VAT for one good. So that means, so this is for one VAT, that means M VAT, alright. Now M VAT, the number of goods they sold, alright. M VAT is going to give us what? Number of for 1, okay. M VAT is going to give us 8p, number for 1 over 100 multiplied by n, and that will give us 8mp over 100, okay. 8mp over 100. And of course, this M VAT we are now having here is the same thing as 840,000 naira that the company made, because look at it, they made a total of 840,000 naira. So the total number of VAT they made is equals to 840,000 naira. So this is the same thing as is equals to 840,000. That is it. So that's what you have there. So you can now solve by cross multiplying. If you cross multiply, you are going to have 8mp is equals to 840,000 multiplied by 100. Alright, so what is your MP? Remember, our MP is equals to total pre-VAT sale. So our MP is equals to 840,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 8. And what do we have? When you solve this, what is our answer? Our answer is 10,500,000 naira. So the total pre-VAT sale MP is equals to 10,500,000 naira. So this is the total pre-VAT sale. Okay. All right. So we have answered question B, the total pre-VAT sale of the company. What is question A now? Okay. So question A is equals to 10,000. This is question B rather. So we answer question B. All right. So question B now is equals to 10,500,000 naira. So question B has been answered first, 10,500,000 naira. Now we now go and answer question A. And what is question A? It's asking us the total amount the company sold. All right. Total amount the company sold is going to give us the pre-VAT sale plus VAT. All right. So now say question A, total amount sold, all right, just at the same way that Victor paid this. This is what Victor they sold for only one printer. All right, so it is the original money plus the VAT. The original money for one plus the VAT for one will give us the amount they sold. Okay, for one. Okay, but now when they sold a total VAT of this of 840,000. All right, when they sold a total VAT of 840,000 with a total original amount of this, that means the total sold is going to give us pre-VAT sale plus total VAT. So total amount sold is going to give us pre-VAT sales, okay, pre-VAT sale or sales, anyone, plus then total VAT. That is what we are going to have. Okay. So I prefer putting in this as sales. Alright, so the total amount sold is going to give us pre-VAT sales plus total VAT, and pre-VAT sales is 10,500,000, okay, plus 840,000, which is the VAT, total VAT. So we add this, okay, with our calculating device. What do we have? Of course, we are going to have about 11 million. So we have about 11,340,000. Somebody confirmed. 000. Okay. So this is what we have if we do that. Okay. So let's look at. So you can see I also calculated question B before question A. All right. It all depends on the approach you follow. Okay. So there's no law telling you that you must calculate question A before you calculate question B. Okay, so depending on the approach you follow, that will make you to arrive at a particular answer before another one. Alright, so away from that, let's look at another example very quickly. We have question 3. We are told that the pre-VAT cost of a refrigerator is $32,200. What will be the selling price if VAT of 5% is added? Of course, this is very easy also. What will be the selling price if 5% VAT is added? Of course, 5% add is added to original price, it's going to increase. So, question A, original price P is equals to 32,200. That implies VAT is equals to 5% of the original price, which is 5 over 100 multiplied by 32,200. What do we have? If you do that, you are going to have 5%, which is 32,200 divided by 100 times 5. Of course, the answer is 1,610 naira. So the VAT, okay, is equals to $1,610. So that is the amount for the VAT. Now, what is the selling price? Selling price, SP, selling price is equals to the VAT, okay, now plus P, the original price. That will give us 1,610 plus 32,200. And of course, we have the answer to be 33,810. So have it as $33,810. So that is the selling price for this refrigerator. Alright, and of course you can also repeat the same thing for when it is 8%. Alright, so I'm going to leave that for you to do. Okay, so I hope you are learning something and you actually understand what is taking place here for this VAT. Alright, so we are here for pay as you earn. Want to quickly look at payee system of taxation. Okay, to conclude this episode, while we are going to leave the tax band type of payee for next episode. So I want to look at pay as you earn, short form payee. Okay, there are two types under this pay as you earn form of taxation. We have just finished looking at the VAT. So this is pay as you earn, and this is usually for workers, those who are working, salary earners. All right, that's what the payee system is applicable to. Why the VAT system is applicable to everybody, whether you're a student, you're an adult, you're working, you're not working, employed, unemployed, and all that. So long as you buy goods and services, you contribute or you participate in the VAT system. But under the payee, this is for salary earners. Although some people are kind of disobeying this payee system, they're not paying at all. So there are two types, which is the non-tax band payee system and of course the tax band payee system. We are going to look at the non-tax band payee system to conclude this episode. And under payee, generally under payee, tax is paid on taxable income. Alright, tax is paid on taxable income. The total amount of money that is due a person who is working is called the gross or the total income. Alright, that is the total amount of money which you are supposed to earn. That is the total negotiation you negotiated with a company or with wherever you are working with. That is your total income. But unfortunately, you don't go home with that total income. Nobody goes home with that total income except those who are disobeying tax, who are dodging and shielding themselves and hiding from tax. Alright? Normally, nobody go home with his total income. Alright? So, this tax is never paid on bonuses or allowances. Alright? They are what they call bonuses or allowances. These are the free will, okay, the free donations that your place of work decides to give you. Maybe they can call it wardrobe allowance, children allowance, traveling allowance, and all the rest of them. They can give it any name. Alright, so most times when you ask people how much are you earning, they will tell you their basic salary. Okay, they put their basic salary. That their basic salary is kind of what they have removed the allowances. Okay, They have not included the allowances. They just remove the allowance and take just their basic salary. Alright, so but when we talk about paying of tax under the basic system, we have the total income. You don't pay tax on the total income. Alright, and you don't go home with total income. You pay tax on the taxable income. And what is taxable income? First of all, you have your total income, alright? Then you now remove all the allowances that the company dashed you. The kitchen allowance, the children allowance, traveling allowance, and all the rest of them. You just remove them. Hazardous allowance. You remove those bonuses that the company gave to you. Then when you remove those allowances from the total income, then you now have what they call the taxable income. Alright, so it's on the taxable income that you actually pay tax on. Okay, please take note, it's on the taxable income that you pay tax on, both in the tax-based system and the non-tax-based system. So the amount the person goes home with now is called the net income, and the net income now is the taxable income plus the allowances minus the tax. Because when you have a taxable income and you now remove a tax from the taxable income, then you now add the remaining to the allowances. Then of course you now have your net income. All right, so it's a straightforward tax system. Okay, let's look at this example. A person earns 1,140,000 naira per year. Her allowance is 280,000 naira. What is her taxable income? All right, what is her taxable income? That's question 1 or question A. If she pays tax of 25% on her taxable income, how much does she pay as tax? Okay, so let's look at the solution to this. And question C, how much of her salary is she left with? Okay, so question A. So we have our, look at the question here. Say a person earns this, okay, per year. So the gross income is 1,140,000. So now say that the gross income, the total income, or the gross income, alright, is equals to 1,140,000. That is the total. Alright, so what is allowances? Allowances, or the allowance, anyone, is equals to, what did they give us there? They gave us 280,000 naira. That will give us 280,000 naira. So what are we asked to calculate in question A? What is her taxable income? Alright, so question A, taxable income. So you cannot pay tax on the total money you earn. Alright, so you pay on your taxable income. Taxable income is equals to the total, alright, minus the allowances. Alright, and that will give us 1,140,000 minus 280,000. And of course, you can evaluate this with your calculator to have your final answer. Okay, 1,140,000 minus 280,000. Okay, we have it as 860,000 naira. That is what the person will go home with. So this is 860,000 naira the person is going home with. Okay, now the person has, or rather not going home with, this is the taxable income, pardon me, not the one he's going home with. So the person taxable income is 860,000 naira. Alright, so now you now know the taxable income. What do you do next? The question B says, if she pays a tax of 25% on her taxable income, how much does she pay as tax? So her tax now is question B. So tax, okay, is equals to 25% of taxable income. That is the tax. According to the questions, that she pays 25% on her taxable income. That means she pays a tax of 25 over 100 multiplied by 860,000. Over 1. Alright. So when you divide it and multiply, divide it by 100 and of course multiply by 25, of course her tax is 215,000 for that year. So the tax is equals to 215,000 for that year. So this is the tax. Now what is the next question? Question C. how much of her salary is she left with? How much of her salary is she left with? That is the third question. So amount left. So the amount left, which is same thing as her net salary or net income, is equals to net income. Alright? And that will give us, you now remove the tax from the taxable income. So you now say the taxable income, which is 860,000 naira, okay, minus the tax, which is 215,000, okay, then plus the allowance, okay, which is 280,000 naira. So when you do all this finish, you are going to have 860,000, okay, which is supposed to go home with, but that is the taxable income, but they have removed it. That's why you remove 215,000 from that. For that amount, you're going to have 645,000. Then you now add your allowance, which you did not pay tax on because you remove that one separately before you calculate your tax. And of course, you have now 125,000 naira. So the net, so her net yearly income, or his net yearly income, is now 925,000 naira. So this is very straightforward, I believe. Any question? Any question? Alright, so we look at the second question to wrap up this episode. The second question says that a salary earner is allowed 12% of his income tax-free. 12% of his income tax-free. Alright? And does what? And pays 25% on the remainder as tax. Not on the total. When you remove 12% tax-free, say allowed, that means the allowance. It now pays 25% on the remainder as tax. If his tax amount to 50,000 naira, calculate his income. So we're talking about this income here also is the net income now they're talking about. Alright, so notice that in this question, we are not given the total earning or the total income of the woman or the person. Neither were we given the taxable income, but what we are told that she's allowed, the person is allowed 12% of his income tax-free. Allowed from allowance, okay, tax-free. That means you don't pay tax on 12% of the total income. So can I say, let the total be T. Alright? So that implies that the allowance, alright, the allowance A is equals to 12% of T, and A allowance is equals to 12T over 100. So this is the allowance of the person, since you don't know T. Alright, what is the taxable income? Taxable income, remember that you don't pay on the total income, so you have to remove your allowance from the total. Taxable income is the total, alright, minus the allowance. When you take away the allowance from the total is T, because let it be T, then minus the allowance is 12T over 100, and of course we have the taxable income as 88T over 100. So this is the taxable income. Now what else do we have? Now talk about tax. That now say, and she pays what? 25% on the remainder as tax. Alright? So when you remove 12% of the total, you're going to have 12T. So this is the remainder now. And of course that remainder now is what they call the taxable income. Alright? So they pay 25% of the remainder, which is the taxable income, as tax. So now say our tax is equals to 25% of taxable income, and of course what the letter from the question, that if his tax amount to 50,000, so tax is equals to this and is equals to 50,000. So when you calculate this, what they're telling to tell you that if you do this, you're going to have 50,000. All right. If his tax amount to 50,000 after paying 25% on the remainder as tax, and the answer now is 50,000. So you now equate to 50,000. That will give us 25%. Okay, this is percentage. 25 over 100 of is multiplied. Taxable income is 88T over 100 equals to 50,000. Alright, I'm just showing you a principle to solve. So, of course, you can simplify your mathematics. 25 go here 1, go in 100 is 4. 4 go here 1, 4 go in 88 is 22. So you have 22T over 100. So we have 22T over 100 equals to 50,000, and you must multiply. Okay, your T after arranging is 50,000 times 100, alright, divided by 22. So what is our T? We end up noticing that our T, okay, after we use our calculating device, our total income or the gross pay is going to give us 227.7273. Alright, so that is the total earning of the woman. Now let's go back and finish up the question. What is the question? Calculate his income, okay, not of the woman, of the man. Okay, calculate his income. Calculate his income. Now, for us to calculate his income, of course, the income is talking about the net income. Alright, it's talking about the net income for the fellow. Alright, so let's go back and finish up this. Look at what we have here. Remember, we have our allowance at 12T over 100. No, we are getting T now. So can I say that implies that A allowance is equals to 12T over 100 is equals to 12 over 100 multiplied by 272.7273. Alright, so that's what we have here. And of course, if you use your calculating device and simplify further, you end up having your allowance to be about 27,272 naira 72728 kobo. So this is the allowance of the woman, and of the man, it's like I'm loving this woman. Okay, so then what again are we asked to calculate? Then we are asked to calculate the taxable income. So we need taxable income to find out the total, the net income of the man. So we find taxable income now, which is 88T over 100. So we go back and calculate the taxable income. So that implies that the taxable income now will give us 88T over 100, and of course it's going to give us 88 over 100 multiplied by 272.7273. And of course, when we finish up, what do we have? If you use a calculating device, our taxable income is going to give us, wow, exactly. So it gave us 200,000 naira exactly. So this is the taxable income. Now, what is the net income, which is the question they asked us here? Calculate his income. Alright, so the net income now is what we now want to find. So the net income now is, so can I calculate net income? That implies that the net income, alright, is going to give us, what do we have? It's going to give us a taxable income, the taxable, alright, minus the tax, okay, then plus the allowance. So the taxable is what? 200,000 minus 50,000 plus the allowance, which is 27,272.7272 approximately, or 73. And of course, with a calculating device, the net income of the man is 177,272 naira then 7273 kobo. So this is the net income of the man, net income. Alright, so we are going to end the calculation here, this episode at this point. Subscribe to this channel, recommend to people that have a need of studying material, to expose them on how to solve problems in mathematics. Recommend to our senior secondary students, the high school students that are preparing, that are in their exam class, that need revision materials to prepare adequately for their exam. Thank you. We meet in episode 8, where we are going to look at payee system that contains taxable band. Alright, and of course from there we'll now look at miscellaneous questions on financial arithmetics. Then it is a goodbye for me. Thank you for watching. Alright, so we're going to end this episode at this point. Alright, I believe that you have learned something, okay, from this episode. I believe that you have been following up on this series. And if you have learned something from this video, please do well to subscribe to this channel. And also recommend this channel to friends of yours, other students, high school students that are preparing for their examination, those who are looking for resource material that will teach them step by step, expose them to the right thinking method in doing calculation. See you in episode 8, where we're going to talk about tax bound system of the payee method of taxation. Alright, in episode 8 we'll look at that, and of course we'll also look at miscellaneous question on arithmetic of finance. It is a goodbye from me. Till then, stay put. Thank you for viewing.